Thank you so much, Alice. Thank you everyone for coming for joining this call. So my name is Deen Jimo. I'm a product manager at BT, and today I'll be walking you through the practical ways to use AI to simplify life as a small business owner, all thanks to Digital Boost and BT. So um, once we start, we'll look at the plan for today, which is to learn how to incorporate AI into your business to be more efficient and also to save time, and also see examples of how AI can be used to help with strategy, marketing, customer service, and day-to-day operations. And we also look at tools that we can use and how to make the most of them, and learn how to write the perfect prompt, and also practice writing prompts for your businesses, just like Alice mentioned. So we'll be practicing this when we go into the different breakout sessions. So before we go on, I would like everyone to please use the chat medium to answer these questions. How are you currently using AI in your business? If you're currently using it, and if you're not currently using it, let us know also, so we just get an idea of everyone that's currently here with us today to see the extent in which we all know about AI. So please, you can pop in the chat if you're currently using AI, and if you're not using AI, that also be nice to know. Thank you so much. Some people are using it for marketing and strategy, web design, copywriting, social media content. Some are not using it at all. People use it daily with ChatGPT and to get idea for content on what to post. Yep. Thank you very much for everyone for putting that. It's so helpful to see that people are using it every time, and those that are not using it, I hope this session will be very, very good for you to understand what AI can do for you. And for those that are using it daily, in terms of using ChatGPT, I hope you can see other tools that you can use for different activities within your business that can help you further simplify your operations and make your business more effective. So thank you everyone for that. So before I proceed to the next slide, I just want to have a quick talk about AI. So AI, what is AI? AI is artificial intelligence, and just like the name says, artificial intelligence. So it is just like the giving the computers or the codes a sense of its own, where it can then think like humans, basically. So we have machine learning. Machine learning is just a way of training these AIs. We have multiple ways we can train AIs, but machine learning is one of the ways in which we train AIs. And AI, we've had AI for a very, very long time in the industry. It's not just coming out like last 2 3 years, but last 2 3 years has become mainstream. In the last couple of years back, the companies have been using AI for different purposes. Most of us here, I'm sure we use Facebook, we use Instagram, we use TikTok, and we've all seen the use of AI in these various platforms, especially in the algorithms, where once we've liked a particular post, those posts keeps on, similar posts keeps on popping into our timeline. Or once we've spent 2 seconds to view a video longer than the previous one, we get to see more of those similar videos. So that is just basically AI learning how we operate, how we interact with this content, and then feeding us something similar to keep us engaged. And that's why we see more and more people spending more times on TikTok, when you just initially plan to just go in there to check a simple message, and before you know it, you've spent 2 hours on TikTok. So it's all AI. And today we'll be looking at different AI platforms that are currently available. So we'll be looking at the ones that you can use for marketing, strategy, and other day-to-day activities. So I'll talk through each of them one by one. The first one I'll talk through is audience research. So one of the very, very key important things for any business is to understand their audience or their customers, as the case might be, and know what the customers want, what the audience wants, and how best to tailor their businesses to meet the customers' needs and to give them a good customer experience. And this is where AI can come in and help, especially when you use AI like ChatGPT. Google Gemini and Cloud and other AI platforms that where you can ask questions and get answers to queries that you might have. And this can be very, very helpful. It saves you time that you might have spent trying to do your own research, talking to different customers. And one thing I want us to also know today is using AI doesn't take away the normal customer interactions or audience interactions that we need to have with our customers, though it gives us an edge, it saves us time, it gives us a template to follow. So that's where the audience research comes in, gives us a template to follow. Then with that template, then you can then go further and talk to your customers and then validate some of these hypotheses that the AI has given you, like ChatGPT. Then it is also useful in terms of customer research. There's many customers that are available that are doing something similar that you might not even know. For example, myself, for example, um, it took me having to work in BT before I realized that we have so many companies that are also providing broadband services within the UK that I'm not even familiar with, and that is normal because those companies are okay with the profit that they're making with their little amount of customers, and it happens all around in every industry and space. So this is where AI can really help, like ChatGPT and Google Gemini. They can really help because they can search through the internet and look for this competitor, so you can then better, you know, strategize on your business and look at where to target, who to target, and how best to market your product and where to also compete because that's very, very important. And also, you can also use AI for business plan development. You're trying to build a business plan, you don't know where to start from, or you've started your business plan and you're looking for how to better improve some things or what more to add, or just to get an idea of what you've done so far. Is it good enough? Is it a proper business plan? AI can also be used in these kind of scenarios. Using ChatGPT, putting your business plan development ideas there, writing a prompt to ChatGPT to say, "This is what I've done. What do you think about this?" Different questions that you can ask the AI, ask the follow-up questions, ask it for suggestions and the likes. And one thing that is more common now that we see is the idea of content generation. I think someone said about content generation earlier. So AI can be really, really, really helpful in generating content. And like my advice earlier with the audience research, I think it is so important that once you've gotten this content ideas from the AI platform, it is very, very important to then, based on your customer research, to then make it your own, make it personal to your business, and make it something that your audience can relate to. For example, let's take Rolls Royce, for example. For a Rolls Royce customer, you can't just go to a Rolls Royce customer and start marketing to them durability or cost effectiveness. What they want to know, or the kind of content that they prefer, will be something on luxury, class, you know, high-end content creations. So that is where understanding your audience and understanding your customers really come into play. And AI can just, broadly just give you different ideas in terms of content um, creation and content ideas. Then it's now up to you to filter those contents down to what is exactly more important to your business. And also, you can use AI to write blog posts, newsletters, and social media posts. So same thing applies. It's very difficult and tasking to do all this sometimes because sometimes it's just only you or two or three other people in the business, and having time to write blog posts every week to your customers and keeping them engaged can be very, very taxing. And this is where AI can help you. And one of the things I've added here also is Synthesia. Synthesize is an AI platform that helps you create videos from text. So you can write a script of how you want, maybe for a marketing campaign, you want to promote your new product. You can write a script on how you want to talk about the product, put that script on Synthesia, and it generates a video for you of someone talking about the product, and that can be more engaging for the customers because we found out that Video content are more engaging compared to just text content. And you can also generate this script from ChatGPT with a good prompt. You can generate the script from ChatGPT, then put on Synthesia to get a good video of high quality. You can change the avatar and the likes. And one of the things I've also added here is MailChimp. So MailChimp is an email and SMS marketing tool, an AI tool. So what it does is it helps you segment your users based on the emails you've received. It can segment them into different sections or cohorts. For example, it could put them into new customers, existing customers, and the likes. And what this does for you is it can then help you send emails to each of these customers, because the kind of email you want to send to an existing customer most times is different from the kind of email you want to send to a new customer. Maybe you're offering a discount to get them to purchase because they're a fresh customer, as opposed to an existing customer that is loyal and is always purchasing something, and you just want to send them a different mail entirely. So the next one I'll go to that I think is so important to all businesses is customer experience. And for customer experience, we have different tools that we can use. The first I'll talk about is chatbot. It can be very, very tedious replying to all customer feedbacks or all customer inquiries, especially when it comes at odd hours. It could be when you're in a business meeting, or it could just be in the early hours of the morning. And from our experiences, I'm sure we all know that customers are not the most patient people. So this is where chatbots comes in, where you just need to put your most asked questions, your FAQs, into these AI platforms like TDO here and Talk. This is TAWK, and the customers can engage with this AI platforms, and they can get answers to their questions. And if you notice, even most big companies have a mini chat floating chatbots on their websites. So the good thing about this platform is that you can put it in different places that your customers engage with you the most, so they can always get answers to their questions. Because sometimes it can be difficult to put all the FAQs on a single page. So whatever the questions might be, no matter how long it is, you can put it on these AI platforms and get your answers, and your customer can get answers and get the support that they need and get a good experience. Then we have voice AI. You might be wondering, what is voice AI? I think this is a very, very interesting one. And we have SynthFlow. So SynthFlow is a voice AI platform. So what they've done is they've built an AI platform that can answer your customer calls for you and reply to your customers. You know, in that way, it helps you from missing customer calls and missing potential leads. So SynthFlow I think is one of the only ones that currently doing this, where they have your customers call, they pick up your customers call. I think also you can put it in different kind of accents by choosing different people that different kind of voices that interact with your customers, and it's very, very amazing what they do. Then we have um other ones that are there. There's Miro. Miro is more of a performance um tool. Then we have voice flow also. The next one I want to talk about is business operations, and this is one of the places I'll spend most of the time talking about today. um so this is very, very important because this is the day-to-day activities that we do as business owners, trying to schedule meetings. If you want to schedule meetings, one thing that you can do, especially if you're a consultant, is have Calendly. There are also other platforms out there, but Calendly is one of the best ones that you can have. Have Calendly, and you can integrate Calendly on any page that you want. It could be your your profile or your website. Put Calendly there, and what Calendly does is you can input your availability. Oh, these are the times I'm available, and you can also put prices in case of for people that are doing consultants. So put prices there, and people can then engage and see the prices and book all these meetings or schedule meetings at your availability, and it gets sent to you automatically, and from there you can then take action into planning the meeting and interacting with the potential customer. And also, doing these meetings can be very, very overwhelming, especially when you have multiple meetings. You're having multiple meetings in a day, and it can be very, very distracting sometimes to you yourself and also to the person you're talking to at the end, or at the other end, when you are taking notes, writing down meeting notes, and trying to um, just stay on point, just stay at the top of every action that's been mentioned in the meeting. But this is where other AI tools come in, like Otter AI and Fireflies AI. So they are like tools that you can add into the meetings that helps you take notes. And these AI platforms are now so brilliant that they also tell you who is speaking at a particular time, what they've said, what you said, what they said, and also help you summarize your meeting notes. So instead of reading through all the meeting notes, you can just give you a summary of what the meeting's about and the actions that have been discussed. And also, I think they also suggest potential follow-up questions or follow-up emails that you can send to these customers or whoever it is that you've had a meeting with. And the other important part of this is noise cancellation. We've been in different scenarios where we want to take meetings. It could be in your house, it could be your stores, anywhere you are in this world. And that's where Crips comes in. So Crips is an AI platform that helps with noise cancellation. So if you are a new mother and you have a baby that is just being a baby, or you have dogs around that are always barking, or just just your neighbor that just playing loud music when you have that important meeting, so that's where Crisp comes in. So Crisp helps you to mute out or cancel those noises that are like a distraction, and just transmit just your voice to the customer on the other end, or to the potential client on the other end. And this can be very, very helpful in those very, very awkward scenarios. And um, we have other products that we can use. So in this case, I've also added ChatGPT again, because it's very, very good for day-to-day operations. And you could ask any question, and you could make your research on it. If you're trying to employ someone, or you're trying to bring someone onto the team, trying to look for a job description, ChatGPT is a very, very good platform to go to get job descriptions, and it can help you with almost any task that you need. Then we have Zapier. So I've added Zapier here because it is an amazing tool that you can use to automate. Now, I've mentioned a lot of AI tools, and the good thing about Zapier is it gives you the ability to connect all these different AI tools to do different things instead of you going through each of them to do different things. So I'll give you an example. For example, if you use Calendly to set up a meeting, then Calendly goes to send you an email on your Gmail, then Calendly. So this is using Zapier to connect all of them. From the Gmail, you send an email back to the person to let them know, or if you received their invite and you can't wait to talk to them because they're a new customer, you're giving them a 10% discount, or if they're an existing customer, you're sending them, okay, like this is what we spoke about the last time on the call, using Otter AI to get the meeting notes, or um, it could be you using Zapier to put all your meeting schedules into a Google Sheet account, or using so different things that you can use Zapier for. But on the next page, I have a very, very simple Zapier automation. That's one I've done. So this is an example of what Zapier does in terms of automation. So you can see we have contact details for this person. They have a Facebook page where they've added a contact us button, and this person called Mike. Mike had requested to know how long will it take to fulfill a new order, and Mike had submitted this request to the person. Now, an email is automatically sent using Zapier, and the email is sent to Mike to say, "Hey Mike, thank you for reaching out to us. We'll get back to you shortly, Stephanie." Now, this has 100% increased Mike's customer experience, because now Mike feels like he has been listened to. Mike feels like he didn't have to waste time um, contacting the business again over and over again to get a response. Mike now knows that his message has been well received by the business. And another thing that they've done here is added it to Slack channel. So Slack is just like a WhatsApp for businesses. And they've created a channel here that you see that is called New Leads. And in the New Leads channel, Mike's information and request has been added to that channel, so that one of your customer reps or sales rep can then pick up this action from Mike and say, and then reach out to Mike at a later time, at a particular time, and say, "Hey, Mike, we got your inquiry, and this is your answer," or just simply send an email out there and say, "Hey, Mike, this is this and this is that." So this is one of the good things about Zapier. Zapier connects different tools together and helps simply streamline this flow that might have been done by someone. And one of the negatives of people doing it by themselves is, one, it could take a long time to go to Facebook to see the people that have sent you a contact us message. It could take a long time to go to email and start replying to hundreds of people that have sent a request and start sending, even if it's the same thing, that you just need to copy and paste. It could also be very, very tasking to be doing that, and that takes a long time also. But what Zapier does is it automates all these processes for you using different AI tools, and you can get your new leads in a single platform easily. It can also be used to do many other things that you might want to use it to do. I'm just going to take a little break here, but this is a very, very important topic I will also talk about now, which is crafting the perfect prompt. So AI works better when given a clear and concise instruction. So an example is when Digital Boost reached out to me and said they wanted a masterclass. If Alice or Masuma had just come to me and said, "Hey Dean, we want you to give a masterclass," and I just said, "Okay, that's fine. I'll give a masterclass," and I've come in here today to talk about how to dance rumba or how to dance salsa. Then everybody is here confused, like, "Oh, this is not what I'm here for. What is this all about?" But what they've done is they've given me a very, very concise and clear instruction. We want to talk about AI and machine learning and how it can help small business owners. And it all goes the same with the AI platforms. You need to be very, very specific in terms of how you communicate with these platforms. So, example, instead of saying create an email campaign, you could go and say create an email campaign for customers who bought product X in the last 30 days. Now, what this does is there's a little different tone in which this email will be created, and also it can help you to upsell, because in 30 days, person that just bought in 30 days is a very, very new customer. So in that case, you can upsell new products, or you can just put something like these are the product that are recently bought together with particular product. And I'm sure you see this if you pay attention to the emails you receive from Amazon or these other products. They tend to add all those other things there. So, and also Digital Boost does that very, very well, where after a while, after for example, after a one-on-one um, mentorship session, after like 30 minutes or 1 hour, they send an email to say give a feedback of how the session went, because that is still fresh in the mind of both participants, so you can give a more accurate feedback. And that is why you need to be specific with everything, especially in when we're writing a prompt. Because if you had gone to say create an email campaign or create an email campaign for customers who bought X product in last, without putting the specific time frame, the AI tool can just create an email campaign for customers that bought something in the last 100 days, and it might not have the same effect as what you have in mind. So another thing is to use natural languages. So what do I mean by use natural languages? So for example, we all have different ways in which we type with our friends. We have different ways in which we interact with people. And interacting with or chatting with someone and writing OW as ow, or different ways in which we spell different things can be very, very complicated for this AI product. And but the good thing is the AI product are getting smarter and trying to understand different ways in which people communicate. But then it can still be very, very difficult. And the safest way to just go about things is to just use natural language. Just write the English the best way you can. For example, yeah, segment my email list by customers who purchased in the last 90 days and send them a 10% discount. So this is a very clear instruction, a very clear prompt to MailChimp. So what MailChimp is going to do is look at your customers, the list of emails that it has, and look at the last purchase days, and then pick out the customers that purchased in the last 90 days, and then craft an email, then send the 10% discount email to these customers. Very, very, very clear instruction. It meets your expectations because you've given it the task, you've given it the timeline, which I think is very, very important in all you're trying to do. Give it a timeline if you're trying to do like a marketing campaign, a timeline which is the 90 days, which is like 30 days. And if you're trying to send a discount, try and put the amount of discount there, because all these little additions can really go a long way to help properly craft the perfect email that just might, or the perfect response from the AI tool that just might be the extra edge that you have over your competitors, or the extra incentives that the customer just need to see to take them to finally purchase or engage with your businesses. So writing AI prompts, that's something that we're going to practice in the breakout sessions. And yeah, so to get the best result from AI or any AI tool, like we said, is to make your prompts as specific as possible. Let it know exactly what you want. And the good thing about this AI product is that you can always ask follow-up questions or retry depending on the kind of tools. And if you've tried the first prompt and you see that it's not getting you what you want, you can write a new prompt. You can try that prompt again. And the important thing I'll just say is, like I've mentioned earlier also, is to make whatever the AI has given you yours, make it identify with your business, make it identify with your customers, make it your kind of content. Don't just copy and paste or trust the AI blindly, because AI make mistakes. They are still in the training stage. They are more advanced than they used to be yesterday, but then again, they are still in the training stages. And it is very, very important that we try to review this product, this output from this AI products over and over again. Look for errors that might be there, ask for sources, especially if you're dealing with data. For example, if you've asked the AI to look at different data for you to make a computer research or audience research, you might need sources to verify that that's not just giving you a randomized survey or randomized research results. You want to confirm that it has given you something concrete, something from a reliable source, from something from probably um, yeah, a data center, something accurate. So you can ask for sources from all these AI products, or you can just make your own research just to confirm that what you have been given is completely correct. And the last thing I'm going to mention to get the best result is to be very careful about what information you give to the AI. Remember, it is safety first. So don't go in there and put your account number, your customer account number, your customer's data. You need to be very, very careful the kind of AI product you trust. There's some AI that once you pay, they don't use your customer, or they don't use your data at all for any testing. But you need to be sure the AI you're engaging with, for example, ChatGPT has clearly put it that they use your customer, they use data to do testing for their AI products. So in those kind of scenario, you need to be careful the kind of information that you put there, the kind of data that you put there, so that it doesn't, you know, in the events of a data leak or just a bad actor where there's someone that just, a bad employee at the other end, they don't take your data and then, you know, do something crazy with it. So be very careful with your data. And in events or in that rare scenario or rare scenarios where you really have to use your data in those AI prompts, my advice is immediately you're done with the particular prompt, just try and delete that session immediately. But then again, if you can avoid it, please 100% avoid using your personal data for AI in the AI product.